We are live from Vegas today, and my place here, and Stephen Pearcy has been nice enough to join me. You actually had reached out to me about coming on in the last few weeks. You said it's time to sit and talk, and so before I start hitting you with some stuff, what
too hard here. I'll shut you down.
What can I possibly say?
I'm from the espionage world here. So.
But before I start asking you questions and the audience asks you some questions,
sure.
What do you want to let everybody know? What do you want to update them on?
They can ask anything you want. I kind of dig this. This is a great forum. So
But tell people what you have going on.
I mean, what I got going down is what's happening is I'm on the agent tour here, and I'm going out solo. I didn't really plan it, kind of stumbled into it. Been trying to get my 6th solo record out since 2020, but Eric and I, my guitar player and co-writer on most of my stuff solo, when the tour shut down, the Ratt tour got shut down there, whatever tour was set up for us, and so I just kind of went into writing mode, and we worked a bit, and I just kept writing and writing, Eric and I, and let's just finish the record. Let's just do it. And then we had so much material. I mean, I'd go in and record. If I had an idea, I'd just go to MT Studios, another rat bastard, brother Matt, and I would go, hey, I got a song. Let's go lay it down right away. And which ended up being 4 songs I ended up calling the COVID Tapes EP because...
Did that come out?
No, I should. People have been responding to those songs. I just love putting shit out there, and seeing what gives. But and I ended up calling it that just for fun. But we didn't stop working, and so be it. We end up with 30 songs, 25, 30 songs. So it's like, forget the other batch we had going. So we get through the COVID thing. The Ratt tour is put aside. End of story. I'm working on 2 records now. One is a legacy. I'll talk about with who soon enough to be announced. And the 6th solo record, which will be out hopefully the end of the year. And I'm excited about that.
Now, you were working with a friend of mine at a studio here in Vegas, Ron Mancuso.
Yeah, that's where I'll probably end up recording the record. Yeah.
Now, let me tell you what Ron said to me, because Ron called me up before you went over there because you were new to town, and he was asking me about you, and he knew we were friends, and I said, yeah, Stephen's great. You should meet with him and go over. And Ron's got a great studio there, great
amazing
guy, talented guy.
Yes.
And Ron said, after you guys had connected and worked together a little bit, I talked to Ron, and I said, how's it going with Stephen? And you know what he said to me? And I find this really interesting because I brought this up to you before. Yeah. I never think of you ever as playing guitar.
Yeah, right.
Because you've always just fronted Ratt. You've never had a guitar.
Sure.
But he said to me, he goes, you know what's amazing? He goes, he comes in and he puts a guitar on and shows me stuff he's written. He goes, and he has such a unique way of playing guitar that the minute you hear him play guitar, it's fucking Ratt. He goes, it's the Ratt sound. He goes, and now we know Warren's an amazing player.
Yeah, my guy's Robin.
And Robin, of course.
Sure.
But he just said that it's just something I would never expect from a producer to say that there's a part of the guitar sound of Ratt is coming from the lead singer who doesn't play guitar ever on stage.
Sure. I think I played guitar on one Ratt tour later on. We were actually kind of a 4-piece. So I go to Warren, hey, I'm just going to throw on a guitar and play half the set through, right? It doesn't work. That's not what Ratt is about. That's not how I created Ratt to be in the first place. It was to be a 2-guitar band. And the EP, so be it. I mean, it's a little late. People were just figuring out I play guitar.
Right, I know.
I've been playing since 1975.
Yeah.
As a kid. And the whole EP is Mickey Ratt songs from the 70s. Even In Your Direction was written in 1979. I wrote that then, and I write stuff, you can kind of tell it's me, like Drive Me Crazy, Closer to My Heart, whether it be a fast or slow, you can tell. It's different than per se like a lack of communication
Right.
or something with all of us on there. Way cool. You can tell it's a Warren trip.
Who wrote the riff to Round and Round?
It was Robin and Warren and myself.
Okay.
You know, they did their bit, you know.
Right, right.
And I do my bit. Arrangements and some guitar stuff. But you can't notice. I mean, it's interesting you say that, or he got that perspective, because I really don't really think about it. But lately, through the years, I have been thinking about it because I want people to know I do write. I'm not just this guy, singer dude who just goes up there and parties and whatever.
Right.
You know?
No, I just found it. He said to me, he goes, yeah, he goes, his guitar playing. I go, wait a minute, he was playing guitar.
That's cool.
He said, yeah, he goes, and as soon as you hear him start playing, he goes, he has a unique way that's just, it's like the vibe of Ratt.
That's cool. I appreciate that. Yeah. We'll be doing the record there, and it's an amazing place. And the idea is we bounce back and forth together right away. I'm like, oh, this is fucking crazy. I'm just going to stay put.
Yeah.
You know, because we have so many songs. I mean, it's ridiculous. I can literally put out, I don't know, 3 solo records, you know.
So you had said, and you've been on the record in saying that you're not interested in Ratt unless the original guys came back together.
Yeah,
Has there been any movement on that, or is it a dead issue?
Well, I mean, I will give you a bit of something. There was an opportunity presented to all of us.
I know.
And, you know, and
it
has, besides a lucrative thing, it would be amazing. I mean, I will not do another Ratt record unless it's all of us. There's no reason. You won't get the Ratt sound. I mean, we got close, and people, I think, got a little pissy at me for saying that about Infestation. Like, you know, I really didn't think we hit a home run. I mean, Warren and I basically, you know, handled that record. But Cavazza was involved.
It was the last record, which is over 10 years ago.
Yeah, and you know, to me, it's you can put a label on it, but it's not Ratt. You know, like you're saying, it's identifiable to the guitars and the whatever sound. We didn't get there, and then also it had to do with, you know, the position. I mean, you know, the mind that all of us were in at the time wasn't so together, you know, doing that record. But we did the best we could. So for everybody who thinks, you know, gets pissy about Infestation, I love that record. My favorite song is Eat Me, you know, Eat Me Up Alive. But Carlos and I wrote the first 2 singles, and Best of Me with Warren. Yeah, so I mean, it is what it is. But you put a label on it, and it's just because the label's on it doesn't mean it's Ratt, you know? I mean, who knows? Somebody else could have. I mean, because back in the day, we kind of wrote with a bunch of people, you know, and I didn't mind it at all as a co-writer, as a writer guy. Like, I loved writing with Diane Warren on that one song we did,
Giving Yourself Away,
which is
a song,
Desmond,
song is co-written by you,
Diane Warren,
and Desmond Child. Now, just for people in terms of the scope of the time of what was going on there.
Oh yeah, right.
Diane Warren and Desmond Child still are enormously successful songwriters, but back then, as red hot as you could get.
That's right.
And usually it's one or the other on the track, not both. Giving Yourself Away is Diane Warren, Desmond Child, and you with the credit. How did that come together, that song?
It was Desmond.